This was a film that I had seen in theaters, and I thought it was really good. Here's the cast. Daisy Edgar Jones as Kaya Clark. Taylor John Smith as Tate Walker. Harris Dickinson as Chase Andrews. David Strathairn. I don't know how to pronounce that last name. He played defense attorney Tom Milton. The synopsis is this. Abandoned as a girl, Kaya raised herself in the dangerous marshlands of North Carolina. For years, rumors of the Marsh Girl haunted Barkley Cove, isolating the sharp and resilient Kaya from her community. Drawn to two young men from her town, Chase and Tate, she opens herself to a new and startling world. However, when one of them is found dead, Kaya immediately becomes the main suspect. As the case unfolds, the verdict as to what happened becomes increasingly unclear, threatening to reveal many secrets. The release date of this movie was July 15th of 2022, directed by Olivia Newman. It was based off the 2018 novel of the same name, distributed by Sony Pictures. As far as the budget and box office in the movie, so it did pretty well for itself. The budget on the movie was $24 million. The box office was $140 million. That was great for them. The movie's available to watch on Netflix. You can also rent and buy it on Amazon and YouTube. Also available on places like Google Play Movies, which I think is more expensive, but still your choice. Apple TV, Vudu, Redbox. So, and I think one of the reviews actually, here's a perfect comment on one of the reviews. And Google audiences gave it 74 to 94%. And then you had one source, Rotten Tomatoes, gave it a 34%. Empire gave it 40%. Internet Movie Database gave it 72%. So there are some mixed reviews, but for the most part, it did well. Among Google users on the 5-star chart, 5-star happens to win. Most of it is 5-star on here. You see some 1 to 4 stars. I think this comment right here summed it up perfectly without giving any spoilers. Credit to Sabrina Lang, who posted this 8 months ago. She said, "A very beautiful, touching, and powerful movie. The scenes of the marsh areas and beaches were beautifully caught, really emphasizing how vast and free it all is. The story itself was throat-catching. I found myself nearly crying for Kaya. It really plays into the whole judging a book by its cover. It at first was sad watching a little girl having to survive her father, he was abusive, physically and mentally, to surviving on her own, waiting in the marsh area for her family to one day return. However, it was refreshing having a female protagonist that had to learn to survive in order to get to the place she is now. She had help, but for the most part, she took the opportunity and put in a lot of effort to become successful. It was nice to notice how everything was well worn and old, used, but after Kaya met this guy, Chase, I can say his name because I already said it earlier, but it's not spoiling anything. After Kaya met Chase, suddenly she started wearing nicer clothes, shopping in town for groceries, and gradually being brave enough to get out of the marsh now and then. The movie was gradual, well-paced, and realistic, except for the CGI bird in the beginning and blah, blah, blah. Really enjoyed this movie and would watch again." I think that one right there summed it up. I think that was a perfect opinionated review on it. And I mean, there is some stuff in there she stated that was factual. So yeah, I mean, the girl, she grew up in a household where the father was abusive physically and mentally to most everyone. And, you know, once they abandoned her and she had to be on her own, and she goes out of town and meets the two guys. And one of them, I'm not going to say which one, but one of them ended up dead, and she immediately became the main suspect, and she was arrested. She met Tom Milton, who was the defense attorney. He basically gave her the basics and the ups and downs to, I'm sorry, not ups and downs, but the basics as far as how the legal system works, and here's what you're going to say when you get to trial, and how that all unfolded. And, you know, there were many more and more things got revealed as the trial went on. And there was also a big twist at the end. The verdict was announced, and then something else came up, and the person who found this thing, I'm sorry to sound so vague, but I'm just trying not to spoil it here for those of you who haven't seen it. It really was jaw-dropping, especially the middle of the movie and going to the end. But it was let's just say there was a shocking twist. And let's just say that after that, another person ended up dead. And this time, there were really no suspects, so to say. So the genre of this movie really is mystery, drama, a little bit of emotion. Not much of a thriller, but you can say some suspense. So, and a little bit of romance was involved in it. So, I think, Daisy Edgar Jones, Harris Dickinson, Taylor John Smith, David, thanks all of you for, congrats for putting this amazing movie together. And again, the movie is available to watch on Netflix. That's about all I'm going to say for this video here. So I got many more movies and shows that I will be talking about in the show. So please like and subscribe if you will. So check it out. It's on Netflix.